Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we have new suspension, and we finally drive our hard work. Alright, now we're going to jump back underneath of the car because if you remember, I mentioned that I torqued the transmission and differential to what I believed was foot-pounds, but was actually Newton meters. We're going to rectify that real quick and install those jack pads real quick. Alright, removing the jack pad. That's one out. Boom, copy paste on the other three. There we go, that's two. I gotta do something about this plastic flap. This thing's on the verge of falling off. Probably have to get a new panel. Good. As also previously mentioned, the front control arms and ball joints on this car are all original, and the car is 18 years old with nearly 100,000 miles. So I want to freshen that up and upgrade it at the same time because I want this car driving like it's brand new. So we are going to go ahead and change that. Here are all the parts being installed. We've got lower control arms and thrust arms. These are the E92 M3 upgrades. The difference between these and the regular ones is that these bushings right here are not bushings, these are ball joints. These are also solid rubber rather than being fluid filled. And these control arms here are actually longer, so it's going to provide for more camber, which will improve the handling. These are just regular sway bar end links from the non-M car. And we also have jack pads, new bolts, nuts, and bracketry. All these parts are supplied by Beamer World as well. I went ahead and removed the underbody pan. It's not necessary to remove the entire thing, but I wanted to remove it just to give myself better access. All right, now we need to lift the car off the ground. Here's the massive airbag, compressed air. Hook it up, lift. Beautifully executed. Like that. That would work. All right, let's slowly lower it. Excellent. The car is now off the ground and on jacks. Pretty nifty little tool right here. All right, now I need to remove the wheels on both sides to gain better access. Now we have plenty of space. Alrighty, let's start removing things. Oh, look at that. That's coming off super easy. Ooh. Bolt. See if I can just remove that. Tiny screwdriver. Oh, I just successfully broke one of them. Ah, well, there it goes. Out. The long bolt. Actually, let's unbolt that now.
Okay. Oh, God.
No, I'm getting it, I'm getting it.
Okay.
There we go. Look at that. Holy crap, didn't even need the popper tool for this thing. That is the benefits of a rust-free car. Come on out with your hands up. Move this sensor so I don't break it. She's out. Ball joints aren't even that bad. All right, new parts going in. I know there's some tool that can expand it slightly just so you can get it in, but of course I don't have that. WD-40. See if that'll help. Oh, that made a world of difference. Oh my goodness. That went in so easy now. Brand new bolt and nut. There we go. Oh, satisfying click. Beautiful. Brand new nut.
I guess it worked.
Yeah, that did actually work great. Okay, that actually didn't go as bad as I thought it would. Now the car is supported the proper way from the jack points, so I have way more room here now to work. This is the new supplied bracket for the headlight leveling sensor. This bolts right into the control arm, and this new side bolts in right into the old sensor. So let's do that. Remove that. All right, so that one goes into the control arm. This side right here, attach that in, bolt it up. Wow. Oh, I just caught my glove. Good and tight, boom. There we go, and this is ready to go back in the car. Goes in like that. Plugged in, reattach the bracketry. Do up that nut. That slots in like that. Attach the new nut for the headlight leveling sensor. Counterhold and tighten. Getting tight. Alright. I'll torque that to spec later. Okay, I say let's do the sway bar next. I just caught that. Step ladder engaged here, helping me get height. Oh, I just smacked my knuckles on the rotor. Those are the old bolts. New link going in the top. Feed it in between those wires, in through the bracketry there. All right, good and tight for now. All right, that's the top one. Put in the sway bar here before I forget. Good and tight for now. All right, the next item is the thrust arms. Let's go ahead and loosen the thrust arm bolts. Looks like someone hit something here, caused that to bend. And it's also gonna be in my way, it looks like. All right, I gotta figure out a way to bend that back because something fell on it. No idea how this happened. This was not my doing. There we go.
Increased camber, your tie rods are going to get sucked in.
That's out. Look at that. Man, rust-free cars are just the best. I can only do it one at a time because of this stupid thing. Remove the thrust arm. Hiya! Here's the bushing. Really not in bad condition, but nevertheless getting replaced. All right, new thrust arm going in. Yeah! Push it home. These will get torqued to spec when the car is at ride height and on the ground. I decided to just leave the original bracket in place. This thing, because there was really nothing wrong with the old one. Don't want to forget the nut either. Just hurt my fingernail there. Alrighty, every bolt is now in with the parts in. We're gonna torque everything except for the thrust arm bushing, which is going to be done while the car is at ride height on the ground. All right, I'm gonna call that 45. All right, one more little turn, and then I'm calling that 90 degrees. There. There. All right, now we gotta go up above and torque the link up there. Boom, torque to spec. Now it's just rinse and repeat on the passenger side. Old parts. All right. There. All right, that was like barely any. There we go. Excellent. Job done. So these lower control arms are actually longer on the M3, which is what these are. Therefore, it really messes up the camber, which makes you go toe in a lot. So we have to adjust the toe just a little bit so we can drive the alignment shop and not destroy the tires.
Maybe one more. That looks about right.
Yeah, that should be good. All right, that should be good enough to drive the alignment shop. Now we just got to put the beauty covers back on. Excellent. Well-deserved sticker, I think. I'm not going to drive the car properly yet until I get an alignment done. But if you look from this side profile, the front end looks like it's riding a little bit lower, which I love, because stock it seemed like it was riding a bit high. Obviously with the increased camber, the tire sticks out a little bit more too, which I think really improves the look. Yeah, I'm really liking this. Oh yeah, it looks great. Alrighty, I just picked up the car from the alignment shop. Let's see how she drives. I can confirm that the car is driving much more tightly and better than before. Over bumps, there is a noticeable difference in harshness transferred into the car from the M3 control arms, but overall, I'm willing to make the trade-off to get that extra handling. Currently, the car is running Bilstein B4 that the previous owner installed, and I think it pairs extremely well with the M3 control arms. At highway speed, I can feel a slight shake in the steering wheel and just a general lack of smoothness as it drives down the road. This is definitely from the wheels and not the suspension, as the wheels are slightly bent. These rims have already been repaired and welded once before, therefore my local rim repair shop wouldn't accept them. To fix this problem, I reluctantly decided to go with aftermarket rims that I will reveal in the next video. But don't worry, they're actually pretty nice. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.